morning, good people. This is Kuda from Taniwa, Tripadanga. We're here pertaining to the manure, cattle manure, and building compost as a means to actually saving costs on the farm. But we just did a video last week on the same subject, and most of the reviews that I got from people with that the video was not sufficient in terms of information on how to actually build your compost right at the beginning of the process and where exactly the saving is. So we've then decided to do a series of videos to cover all the questions and concerns that people have, and the various challenges that people are facing pertaining to cattle manure. And this video, I hope, will cover part of that. We're going to start right at the beginning. So we've decided to start on the process of collection of manure, site selection. So we're running with two sites. We've got two sites that we've run that we are thinking of doing. The first one is a pit. Gomba chairo chairo. Pane gomba ranga riri close to where we've got our cattle crow padanga pedu pane gomba riripo. So we're going to utilize that pit for as a means to store up our compost. And then we've got another site that we're also going to use, that is on a flat slab, and then we'll compare the results. On the flat slab, we've got manure that we're going to be using, and then on the pit, we're going to be putting in cattle manure. We've done cattle manure on the flat before, so we'll use that as a basis for comparison. So let's see how it goes. It's going to be interesting. But just to add on, just for a brief, the reason why we're doing cattle manure, like I said in the previous video, is that we want to find means to save and reduce waste on the farm. It helps us save. It helps us save on fertilizer. It cuts costs of production. This is readily available waste that is present on most of our farms. If you've got a cattle project going on, if you've got a chicken project going on, if you've got a goat project going on, we just want to help you save and reduce costs. So as we're collecting manure, the first thing that we want to talk about is site selection. There are certain things that you want to look at when it comes to selecting your site for your compost. And the first thing is access to the sun. We're getting into winter. It's going to be a bit cold, and you want a site that's fully in the sun. The sun will provide the necessary heat for the process that you need. Remember, rate of reaction. Going through Form 2 science, we used to talk about rate of reaction, and there are two major things that accelerate your rate of reaction. The first one is heat, and the second one is moisture. Those two things will accelerate your rate of reaction, and we want to get this compost done in the shortest time possible. So you want to be able to water it. So when it comes to site selection, you want access to water. Are you able to water that compost at that site easily? And then the second thing is, have you got enough heat? If you've got enough sun in the area to heat up your compost, because the process requires a bit of heat for decomposition. So those two things are key when it comes to site selection. Access to transportation, if you're going to transport the compost from that point moving to your field, is also a key thing that you might also want to just look at. So we're just detailing how we're collecting manure. We're just collecting whatever material we can get in terms of manure, just avoiding kuchera pasi. We don't want to create a pit out of it. So to collect manure from the cattle crow, be it dry, be it fresh, the cattle are present in the crow at the moment, as you can see. So this is our collection process, and that's how we're starting off the process. So we're out here on our second site. This is a goat manure site. We are building compost as we go. So we're just preparing this one in terms of size. Just make sure the dimensions are right. It has to be a 2 by 1 by 1. That's ideal for aeration, even distribution of moisture, even distribution of heat, and easy management in terms of turning and managing the compost. So we're pretty excited about this one because we haven't done a goat manure compost before. We've done cattle manure, but not a goat manure compost. We are excited about what we think it will produce in terms of what we hope it will produce in terms of the quality of cabbage that will grow from this. Our goal is to produce a larger head of cabbage without necessarily adding to the cost of our fertilizer by utilizing the available waste on the farm. I also realized we've also got a lot of tobacco scrap on the farm. We're going to make a compost out of that as well and incorporate it into our horticulture system. We're going to be doing a tomato crop very soon. These composts are also just going to help improve our tomato output as well. Saka, up maybe 1 meter to maybe 1.2, maybe 1.5 by estimate. Then you're about 2 meters to 2.5. Okay. Then the height is 1 meter. I found out that I pop. Okay. The reason why I took that is because ikakurisa haiwani mhepo zvakafana. Even kuisa mvura inoona kunetsa. Hamuzokwanisi kuisa mvura zvakafana. Kuti ite even iwane aeration yakafanana, it has to be 2 by 1 by 1. Saka teta kuti unokwakaita straight kugara kuno. Kuwana about 1.2 kuno. Saka teta kuita kuti aite kanenge kamubhedhere kana kanenge kaguva here. So we try to make that 2 by 1 by 1. Please put it like this. Flatten up. So we're trying to get 2 meters by 1 meter by 1 meter. That's the most ideal size that we want for compost, for aeration, for evenness, even distribution of heat, even distribution of moisture, and also for easy management. So we want a bit of height on this one. Just need to add a bit more. So maybe let's do that. Then we spray mvura, then we water. Nyaya yarapa ndeyekuti tinoda kuona kuti compost inofanira kunge iri size handiti. Saka tikuti up maybe 1 meter to maybe 1.2, maybe 1.5 by estimate. Then you're about 2 meters to 2.5. Okay. Then the height is 1 meter. I found out that I pop. Okay. The reason why I took that is because ikakurisa haiwani mhepo zvakafana. Even kuisa mvura inoona kunetsa. Hamuzokwanisi kuisa mvura zvakafana. Kuti ite even iwane aeration yakafanana, it has to be 2 by 1 by 1. Saka teta kuti unokwakaita straight kugara kuno. Kuwana about 1.2 kuno. Saka teta kuita kuti aite kanenge kamubhedhere kana kanenge kaguva here. So we try to make that 2 by 1 by 1. Please put it like this. Flatten up. So we're trying to get 2 meters by 1 meter by 1 meter. That's the most ideal size that we want for compost, for aeration, for evenness, even distribution of heat, even distribution of moisture, and also for easy management. So we want a bit of height on this one. Just need to add a bit more. So maybe let's do that. Then we spray mvura, then we water. So you think around good idea. What? Alright. We've set this up. Now we're just watering it. Like I said, the rough shape is a 2 meter by 2 meters in length, maybe 3 meters, just like 3 meters in length, by about 1.5 meters wide, and by about another meter in terms of height. So we just try to put in as much moisture as we can. The ideal moisture situation is just enough moisture to make sure every bit of the compost is wet. It's not easy to water a compost. It doesn't quite percolate. I don't know if percolate is the right term. I'm just making use of it as I go. It doesn't allow the water to just seep through as easily. So you need to be really patient when you're watering it. Allow water to just go through. If you can water from the top and just wait until you start seeing water running off past. You don't want too much water in your compost as well. We don't want that. It should just be enough moisture to let it go. Other people cover their compost with black sheeting to increase the heat. That allows the decomposition process to happen a bit faster. And that's one other way of doing it. We like to just leave them like that because we're in no rush to produce a super compost. We want it to be as natural as possible. So what we can only our only manipulation point is the moisture, and just turning it to aerated. Goat manure seems to have a bit more nitrogen than you find in cattle manure. If we can mix it up to get the benefits of both, that would actually help us. So there's a lot of activity going on behind me.